Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is the first of my kind up here. So I went down the Macari rabbit hole. Yes, I did. And they came in today. So all I've done is open the outer package. This one I haven't even opened the box. But I wanted to tell you guys that I ordered these Friday evening. I'm in North Carolina, okay? I mean, East Coast all the way. You know, I'm 2 hours from the ocean. And this package came from Florida. This package came from Nevada. The amount of impressed is just immeasurable. You know, I was so not expecting these for days, you know, end of the week type of situation. But oh no, they came in. And I have talked with both sellers, and they are okay with me putting their Macari closet in the details of this video. You know, if you go on there and you purchase something, you know, just put a note in there. Hey, I found you through Jennifer. You know, I want them to know that I did my best to get the word out. None of these sellers had negative reviews, not a one. So I was not leery of the purchases that I made at all. You know, and sometimes I can be, and sometimes you can really tell when a seller is not on the up and up. You know, I've been duped one time on Poshmark, and I honestly didn't feel that the young girl meant it that way. But I bought a palette, and it didn't look quite right. So I got to, there was a word that was misspelled. I'll tell you, it was on a Too Faced palette. The palette looked, smelled, felt the same as the other ones. It was in the tin thingies. It was the, let's see, I have the gingerbread extra spicy, I think is what it's called, but it was the one before that. Anyway, really pretty palette. But I got to thinking about it, and so, you know, like I said, I saw that one misspelled word, and it was on the back. So I was like, My eyes never irritated. So I took pictures, and I initially reached out to the seller privately before I opened up a case, you know, and I was like, hey, just kind of wanted to let you know that this palette is unfortunately counterfeit. And this young lady messaged me immediately and said, I am so sorry. She said, I gave my boyfriend some idea options on what to get me. She said, and this was what he got me. She said they weren't together anymore, which was why she was selling it. She said, I guess that she said the other choice was, I don't know, it was like a ColourPop palette. It was, those Too Faced palettes are expensive. But she said, I promise you, I did not know this. She said, but it doesn't put it, I'm not surprised that, the ex would do this. So she said, please let me know, do you want a refund here? Do you want me to send it to you? I'm going to make it right. And I was like, well, I mean, whatever route you feel confident with. And so she sent me, she Cashapped me the amount that I paid plus an additional $5. Just out of the goodness of her heart. But and when it was time to review and I had already got the money, I left a review that something along the lines of great communicator seller. There had been an issue with the initial purchase and seller made, situation right. Just, I'm not going to leave a crappy opinion. It's just not me. So let's see what we got in here. And know that in this one from Nevada, there are several foundations in here. Now, these foundations were very, very, what's this the one? This might be the one with the foundation. This is the one with the foundations. Okay. This one is a palette. So, she included 2 samples. This is the Paula's Choice BHA Liquid Exfoliant. So, we love that. I actually masked today using the ordinary, the AHA and BHA peeling. So, I actually did do that today. So, this will come in handy. As well as this Josie Moran, I don't know, eye cream. So, we love that. I'm going to stick these right here in my little skincare sample drawer. And this is the first thing that I got from this particular seller. And, wait. This is the Sydney Grace and Temptalia, I hope I'm saying that right, collab palette. Now this one is in Quintessence, I think that's how you say it, in the light version. And it looks like this, well, this is the outer packaging. Isn't that beautiful? And this, oh my goodness, is the inner pack. This is the this is the actual palette. Isn't that beautiful? And I just recently got this palette from the Sydney Grace and Temptalia collab. This one happened to be the Radiant Reflection in Light. Yeah. And that is what this looks like. So, there's a few similarities. Again, I haven't swatched this. I haven't kind of compared. But I can see the differences in the blues. And in the greens. That's kind of what pops out at me at first, or, these blues and, these 2 greens. But after that, I mean, it looks like a continuation almost. So I am super excited to get in and play with this because I absolutely love these Sydney Grace palettes. Truly. And this was the palette that started it all. And so I was looking around, and these palettes, sorry. And this is the palette. Started it all. I remember when this went on sale at Sephora, and I missed out on that sale. However, looking more on online, I was like, this is really pretty. This is super pretty. And this is brand new, unused. The seller did cut the ribbon because my other one's over there, but if you remember, if you have this palette, there are two ribbons that kind of keep it up right like this. So, and I actually do like it better with the ribbons cut. But at any rate, so this is a beauty, and I absolutely cannot wait to dig into this. I got a heck of a steal with these. These are 100% authentic. That was one thing that I was not concerned with these particular sellers. So this and the Sydney Grace palette came from one seller. So if you are in the wanting to find a good deal on some makeup, then check out Winklerry. They're really really good stuff up there. Just be mindful. Shop with caution. And remember, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is. Even just kind of scrolling, I was seeing like Natasha Denona, $25. And I was like, let me just click on this because there's no way. And because it would only just show the palette closed, and until you actually clicked on that particular item, then you could swipe to see the other photos. And it was just, it was singles out of other palettes. It was a custom-made palette in a Natasha Denona case. I'm not saying some of those weren't not Natasha Denona, but just really, really study the fine print per se. I saw these palettes anywhere from $30 on up to in the hundreds, because it's not available anymore. This was a limited edition. So just be mindful of that. So super excited about these. And the next thing is some foundations. And look, these are really, really covered. And this particular seller also enclosed this is a Sephora charged up long wear liquid eyeshadow. Oh, it's an eyeshadow. When I saw it in the box, I thought it was like a lip gloss. Ooh, we're gonna swatch this. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. Oh my goodness. And y'all know how I love the purple. Isn't that pretty? That is just so shiny. So that was nice. That was a very nice gift. Now, let's get these opened. Okay, I'm back. She had these suckers wrapped up good. But these are 3 foundations that I purchased from her for a very, 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 very good price. Some of them she had pumped, maybe 1 pump, and the Glowish has never been used. It's never been pumped. And then I've got the Fenty Beauty. I've never tried this. And so, you know, I think this was $6. And so I was like, you know what? I really want to try this. And this was my, as I'm going through, because she had a lot of things. As I was going through, I was like, oh gosh, do I want this or do I want that? She had an It Cosmetics one, and, you know, It is one of my favorite brands. And so I said, well, let me try some of these brands because I do have It foundations and I do know how they work. And I do love them. So, you know, I left that for somebody else. But I got this shade, and this is in the shade 115C. And I brought out, this is the... this is the 24 hour, and this one doesn't say anything about 24 hour, but, and this is a frosted glass, so I am gonna, that purple is just about, dried. And, I mean, you can see the nozzle is clean. The same thing with the Fenty. So, we'll swatch Fenty because it happens to be in my hand. You know what? Let's actually take and put a little bit on our face. Okay, so I'm going to stick just the smallest amount and see. And if it's not the right color, that's okay. I can mix in or bronze or whatever needs to be done. This is the Fenty Beauty, and it is in shade 175, I do believe. I'll make sure to update the description box. But I could tell that this is a matte foundation right from the jump. And you know, just kind of putting it in this area right here. But it does seem like it sets. So that's good. So that's going to be a color that works for me. Now we're going to go in on this side. And actually, let's go on my forehead with this. I'm just going to pop a little bit right there, because I still have some of that Fenty on that little bitty drop. And I'm just going to use the other side of this. Plus we can kind of get an idea of how far it will go. Now, I don't have either of these foundations at all. And so I was asking the seller, Well, first I was asking her, well, how much of the bottle has been used, and this is what shade I am. This is my undertone. What are your thoughts? To me, I kind of gathered that she was maybe more than a makeup lover. Maybe she did some, professional makeup. I don't know. It's none of my business. But the way everything was taken care of, I kind of got that feeling. But, well, you know what? Both of these look fantastic. I mean, seriously. Now, I'm just going to pop a little bit of this glowish, and I'm going to put it on my forehead. This is from Huda Beauty. And this, you can wear alone for all over glow, or apply to center of face and blend outward. Okay. Or add to your foundation to boost luminosity. So, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to put it in between the two, the Fenty and the Lancome, and see what that luminosity means. So, actually, let me put a little bit more of the Fenty. Whoops. There we go. I just kind of mixed it in a little bit. And this is obviously way too much. But we're going to work with it. So, yes, my hair is up because I have a very, very, very splitting headache. But my headband is on because I had to, when I have really bad migraines, my hair, I take and braid two pigtails, and then I just take them and kind of lift them up and secure them at the top so they're not heavy, because surprisingly, hair will make a migraine worse for me. Whether it's in a ponytail, a bun, or flat. The only way I've been able to alleviate some of the weight almost that it feels like is to do that, to braid my hair, pull it up in a 1940s hair look, and go on about my day. I had a couple pieces sticking out, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to stick this up here because I'm not taking this hair down because it has served me well. Now, I can tell a really, really big difference in all three foundations. And obviously this is not going on with a sponge or even this is a foundation brush, but more of what the younger generation uses as a foundation brush. You know what I mean? So anyway, and I'm looking, and I'm really liking it. I can tell the glow. I can see it on this side, right up underneath my eyes. As I'm looking in my mirrors, these are shining. This one is a bit matte still. This one feels fully dried down. I don't feel like I'm going to get any transfer, and I don't, and I didn't. And the forehead is really shiny, you know, and that's just, and this was being mixed in with the foundation, so I imagine this looks beautiful even on its own. So I am super happy with the things that I got from Mercari. I mean, and these, you know, beautiful ladies that, you know, offered me such a fantastic deal, you know, and I can't go to a Lancome counter and purchase this foundation. It is impossible. I just can't do it. I can't afford it. I can't justify it. But if I find it on a site that it may need a little darker pigment, or it may need to be lightened up some, I can make that work. And I'm so glad that this works for my skin tone. I really do. The Fenty, I'm so glad that I got a chance to finally try this. It's such a great deal. I mean, these, I think, $6-7, you know, and I think the Glowish was just a little bit more because it had never been opened. If I hadn't have asked, I would have thought these were never opened, because believe me, they are full. And you saw, I mean, I pumped it out and of course made a mess. And let's see, this one you can see kind of in there, but they weren't like that when I got them, so I did all that. So all right, with that being said, this is this little haul that I had a lot of fun with. So as always, be beautiful, be kind, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.